Hey all, welcome to the Institute and this week's featured collection. I did this on Thursday today instead of Friday, or rather Wednesday, because on Friday when I usually do an acquisition report, we only picked up 2 new things this week. So really not enough for an acquisition report. I figure I'll do one next week. Add those 2 in with the bunch. But I was working on doing some cleaning and I opened up a boxed playset and I wanted to make sure it was all there. So I figured while I've got it open, all put together, why not talk about the whole line? Excuse me. So the whole line is Marx's The Ready Gang. This is a really short-lived line. It's going to be a longer video than you might think, but still a short-lived line. This is what the boxed characters look like. This is the Sundown Kid. There were 3 characters in the line. Now a little background on this line. This was 1977. Marx had produced their tremendously popular Best of the West line. You can see a whole bunch of it here through the 60s and into the early 70s. Then they swapped over in the 70s and started doing what you'll see over here, the Lone Ranger line, which I have almost all of. And then they swapped over and did the Ready Gang. I'm sure they thought this might be their next big hit. It is the same size. These figures are the same size as the Lone Ranger, so you can put them in there nicely. And they did this cool Action Town playset. This is the playset I opened up. It was already open, and I wanted to make sure all of the parts were there. I think I did this back like 20 years ago, but I thought I'd do it again. So this line ended up consisting only of 3 characters. But it was one of the most diverse lines ever produced because you've got the Sundown Kid that you saw boxed earlier in his very rainbow poncho, the blonde blue-eyed guy. Then we have Trooper Gibson, my favorite of the 3 because of the cool cavalry mash-up outfit common with in the West at the time. He's got also some really cool revolvers that they gave him. Excellent character. And Ringo, who also has rooted hair like Sundown Kid. This line had rooted hair, which was kind of unusual. We didn't see that with the Lone Ranger. Now, what's extra cool is the fact that you got Caucasian, African-American, and Hispanic character all in the same line. Now, Ringo, it's possible he was kind of influenced by the spaghetti westerns. But yeah, it's really nice to see such diversity in a line. Can you imagine people losing their minds today? Each character had their own horse, Dagger, Thunder, and the boxed Midnight back there. Those are the 3 horses that they provided. They came with full tack. I only have, of the loose horses, only one of them has a complete tack. They did talk about doing another series in 1978. They were going to do a wagon. It was going to be called the Gunrunner's Wagon with a horse. And then they were also supposed to do a American Indian named Black Hawk, and his horse was going to have a blanket saddle, but he was a repaint of Thunder. But they never did get around to those that I know of. If anybody's ever seen any of those or any prototypes of those, let me know. I'm always on the hunt for cool stuff like that. But those 3 guys also got this playset. Remember I said I wanted to put this playset together to see exactly what I had here. And yes, it is complete. It's played with. Somebody had a good time. It's got some wrinkles, got some bends. None of the stuff is torn apart, though. Nothing's actually broken, so that's cool. The playset consists of a bank, a hotel, and a jail. So I assume the theory is because the hotel has a saloon inside selling beer at a nickel. You go and have a night partying at the hotel, you get drunk, and you go rob the bank, and then you end up spending the night in the jail. The bottom of the box that it came in is the base piece for this whole setup, which is a pretty smart idea. When you swing around in back, you get the back of the jail where you have some of the plastic pieces. Remember, along with that couple of the plastic pieces up front, you've got this jail cell door. The window pulls out of the jail, which is kind of cool. That's in case you want to attach the horse a rope to it and then pull the window out to rescue who's ever been put in jail. Here we have the stairs up to the balcony of the hotel. Over on this side we have some dancing girls and the saloon on this side. Then on the end we have the bank with its safe, which has several shelves inside of it. That's another plastic piece, as well as bank teller, which is kind of cool because they even printed the backs of everything, right? So you see the bank teller from the back side here as well. And just like, they're going to rob the bank, but please return the pen. So yes, a very nice set. You can say I even got the instructions with it, which is good because I needed them to put it together. And now I'm going to take it apart and put it back in its box. It's about 41 inches long. It's a pretty big play set. You could use this also, as I said, with the Lone Ranger figures, although they had those really cool hard wooden and plastic play sets that they produced for the Lone Ranger sets. So there we go. Marx Ready Gang. Like I said, we never saw a second series. If you do know anything about that second series, let me know. If anybody's got any prototypes of that, I would love to see them. And until next Monday, we'll do another top 10 list. So make sure you subscribe and have yourself a great collecting weekend.